It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, and it comes your way next.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's 2nd leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Justin Herbert looking to pass. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the 1st down, avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You look at this Raiders defense. They were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that will be incomplete as well. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Here comes Abdullah on the return. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Play action. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Jacobs going to try the middle, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here is 3rd and 5. Herbert back to the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They snap it to Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. 4th down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a 1st down, but a big play as well.
Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this 1st quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved him until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Loose inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
So off is Garoppolo, and in comes Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. It fights him off. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
To the air again, Herbert. That's completed right side to Palmer. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
Because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll find Williams on the slant. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
It was Austin Eckler who was the star of that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and a couple. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Garoppolo. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Davis now to return it. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
It was another typical season for Williams last year. Big-time playmaking and also an injury that kept him off the field for a few games. Still, put up just under 900 yards to lead Los Angeles, and he picks up the first with that catch.
Herbert on first down now. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. A little short pass. This is Everett. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Able to avoid him at the 40. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Eckler's long been one of the most underrated players in the NFL, but he's now starting to get his due. 915 yards, a career best last season, with 13 touchdowns on the ground.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw there complete to Myers. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Garoppolo now. He'll let this go for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
And this one is no good. He missed it, and the lead will hold at 10.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
So Garoppolo and the Raiders now
Down by 10, 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Garoppolo's throw into the hands of Hooper.
Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
A big play here, 3rd and 2.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this one hauled in. Again, it's Hooper.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Back to throw, Garoppolo.
Same target, it's Jacobs again.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he'll be out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Now Garoppolo. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. They snap it to Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Garoppolo to throw.
He gets this to Myers. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
To throw is Garoppolo.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
It was pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Chargers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.